Okay. We are now broadcasting to all attendees. Oh, great. Our tech person is just joining us. And we have many attendees. We have 63 people coming today. This is our time. This is our time to claim our crowns and not be afraid to speak up. And I have so many things to say. I'm going to stick to my notes. I'm Jan Jorgensen, and I know most of you intimately in sacred circles. We've shared our dreams and our visions, and now we're all shut up in our houses. So my dear friend Lisa Young said, Jan, she said, you know how we have our council meeting every Wednesday, and we support each other and talk about the bigger things, and we connect the energy as transitional bridges for the new paradigm. She said, I think it's time to send out the call far and wide and create a bigger vibrational circuitry. So that's why we're here today. I always start with a little bit of sound, and this is the bell, beautiful bell. So let's drop in. Taking a nice deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's leave all of our thoughts, all of the challenges, and all of the fatigue that this present social system is bringing to us now. Nice deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Excellent. So welcome. This is a SOAR gathering. It is not a top-down thing, the way that our social systems work, where people are in charge and collect all the money at the top. The whole thing about SOAR is sitting together in a council, in a table, and everyone has a seat. So even though you're an attendee and they're popping in, there's going to be a magical point where we are going to bring you in. So we're going to see everybody here. We're going to see everybody's picture as much as our bandwidth can hold. So we're going to be sitting here sharing the energy at the table, because what I'm getting is it is us. It's not a pressured responsibility. It is a joy that each of us has the gifts to be the puzzle pieces to co-create this bridge from the old paradigm to the new paradigm. And we are doing it. And I was so excited. Today I took a walk in the forest and put my hands on the tree, and walking back, a little kamikaze dragonfly, and they're about magic. They're about magic in the air. Began going here and there, and I haven't seen a dragonfly for years. And it was doing patterns, almost like sacred geometry. It was actually showing me the work that we're doing here today. Then something interesting happened. This little dragonfly was kamikaze me, and it was like a jet stream coming straight at my third eye. And I thought, oh, he's going to put my eye out. Great, I'm doing a seminar today. But nothing happened. It's almost as if he passed right through me, that magic. So when we are doing the important things of vibrational weaving together, we keep our eyes open for those magical things. And that was it for me. I said, yes, I'm ready to go. I'm excited. I often use this to describe what this council work is, the SOAR, what it is all about. And today we are gathering here in real time Zoom. But we all came from other realms, and we came and we promised to hold a node on earth for this time and to bring a specific vibrational gift. Movement, singing, music, just your presence or your hands. So each of these can light up, and we can take, it's like the Christmas tree effect, we can take this earth into a new vibrational state, and she can rest easy that she has kind, benevolent people living in sustainable ways. They get along, and that as they cross that bridge, that we are providing. We are the bridge tenders. And to take your place on the bridge, we are imagining that we are lighting these up. And this is Linda. Linda Albright will be talking about sustainable living. She and her architect husband are developing new eco villages. I always say eco villages. And she's on the East Coast. She'll be with us here today. Lisa Young embodies divine feminine presence. And she'll take us through a beautiful, relaxing process. And we are so lucky to have leaders and women living and leading and doing this. And by you being here, guess what? You get that vibration. You're lighting up your node by coming in and being part of this and us together, sitting at the table. Katie Ketchum, just the most sparkly being. I met her when my children took piano lessons, and she's just the kindest, most effervescent, creative musical muse, intentional creativity, painting teacher, is the conductor, composer at her church. But what I love most about her is she has taken the stories of powerful women in the timeline, like Mary Magdalene, like Mary Cassatt, and written musicals and brought their stories alive so that we have strong archetypes. Speaking of which, let's hear it for Kamala Harris. No matter what you think of her, she's paving the way, and she'll do it. She knows how to drive that steamroller. So this is a phenomenal time. And I'm watching the attendees are coming in. There's over 3 dozen now. And I feel like we are here together, working together. And that's the theme of this. I say we're better together. And as part of this work, we're claiming our right to get the connections and support and resources that we deserve. And Christy Michaels, Christy, I hope you're here today. She's the amazing leader in Marin County of the Divine Feminine community. So excellent. She just asked me to do a program called Claiming Your Crown. And my daughters actually gave me 2 crowns this year. So I think that's pretty good timing. This has the City of Light Paris on it. So I'm thinking, should I save the last panelist? She's not going to be speaking. She's going to be singing. And she's just so fabulous. She's my favorite singer, but I'm not going to introduce her now. I'm going to wait because it's a big surprise. I actually, over the years, have said, oh, can I use your song? It's called Sacred Ground. And, oh, Christy Michael says she's here. Hi, Christy. We'll be bringing you in a little bit, and we'll be able to say hi, and we'll all be sitting at the table together. But my dear friend, who's going to be a surprise, is going to sing Sacred Ground. Okay. So here we are in this pandemic, and the dark is getting more dense and darker. So what do? Just like Michelle Obama says, they go low, we go high. They go darker, we go brighter. And so right when we're feeling like the unknown, fatigued, stress, grief, we also have the time to go in as that chrysalis and meditate and clear out the old ideas and visions for how we live, how we resource ourselves, how we love. And it does take work, but we are what? Better together. So I wanted to start by all of us saying our names, and we're not going to hear you, but I know that you are there. And I've done groups with kindergartners and senior citizens, and often people, especially women, they will stand back and they're not participatory, but they tend to be more of a witness of things. And I have a very simple exercise that I start every event with, and it's simply by saying your name. Okay, so we're each going to say our names 3 times. Okay, 3 times. And everyone is going to be weaving their own soul, their mission of what they promised to bring in. And we're going to have ears to hear you, even though some of you are muted. And if you just got here, you're going to be unmuted later. You're going to have the chance to introduce yourself, say where you live, what you're doing, and what you need. Great. So on the count of 3, say your name. There's something magical in sacred ceremony about 3. Opening the gate, sitting in the energy, and then closing it. So in the count, I don't want to count. That's too linear. I'm going to do this 3 times, and we're all going to say our names 3 times together. You're being called. It is time to state your name, that you are present. Jan. 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 Beautiful. So in your mind, this might be a call and response, but I'm going to ground the emotional field that we want to hold during this time. I see and hear. I am guided calmly, powerfully by spirit, making choices in alignment with who I really am, irregardless of what is occurring around me. So just take that in and just take it into yourselves and take a nice deep breath, because we absolutely, at this point in time, want to be holding ourselves in the highest vibration. I'm pausing here because I get a little panic when I want to do a screen share, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to dive in, something uncomfortable. I'm going to have myself do it. So all of us are in this together. Okay. There it is. Hopefully. Oh, there it is. Excellent. Okay. So let's go ahead and read this together too. When we're in space, it's not regular, goes right to our heart and soul. So we are going to, got Katie's introductory slide there. We're going to say this together now. Instruct me. Bless me. Use me. Teach me. Remind me. And open me. Stop share. Lynn Sagan is our tech guru, and she's probably saying, Jan, you're is this so, thank you, Lynn. You are so wonderful. Yes, you might have a big issue, so work with it as it comes. I wanted to just say a little bit about SOAR. That SOAR, it has ideas, but it's not fixed. It is encouraging women. And on August 26th, the next one, I will show exactly how to create a support circle on Zoom or in person. so that it works for you and the potential people to feel settled, to remember your role, and real concrete ways for you to run a meeting that is supportive and nourishing and helps everybody move further. Then the other big part of SOAR is creating centers for visitation. If someone has just a bed and there's someone visiting from another community or someone having a retreat, what is predicted is the great transitional change time where things might not be so pretty in the world the way that we're used to them. And we will have safe, sacred places to go to be welcomed in and to continue our vibrational work and grounding the foundations for the new paradigm through our eyes, the eyes of the divine feminine way that is inclusive, collaborative, non-competitive, and communicative. One day I listed all the C's. It was amazing. So today's program, we're going to focus on how you can be a leader by being an artist. Rudolf Steiner said, artists go into a heavenly zone because their mind stops. When your brain goes to zero thoughts, you are in the universal 0 point. And so we're going to be talking about that in action with Katie Ketchum, and then Lisa Young will take us through a beautiful invocation meditation so that we can feel it. We can reset our switch. So this is what's in store for you today. A little bit more about the SOAR, just some grounding points about it. I'm going to show a video in just a moment. But right now, I want to settle in with just a little bit stronger invocation for our work here together. So go ahead, sit up nice and straight. Take a deep breath. If you'd like to shut your eyes, great. This might come out a little bit distorted. So it's the vibration, the intention, as we ask and intend to set a sacred space around our own body. We still our thoughts and we allow any energies that are not our core pure self to melt away now. We are here together today to support each other to remove the veils of illusion of who we really are and what we came to do together. And to remove the masks, the muting, self-imposed, socially imposed, knowing that this is our time. This is for each one of us. I now break my silence for 2,000 years. As I now stand before you, my sisters, I claim my role in the divine plan as a woman anointed with the light of Source. So imagine that we are anointing each other in this circle, in this Zoom circle, and that we are witnessing our own divinity, and we are seeing our divinity reflected in the eyes of each woman. All else does not exist. In this presence, take a deep breath and allow yourself to receive and embody this new freedom to speak, this new freedom to connect and communicate your heart's truth as it comes through straight from spirit. Take another deep breath. Just let it kind of percolate and bubble around like champagne. Effervescent. Excellent. So we're going to come back together now in our more conscious realm. And you got me. I've got my old sweatpants and they're all bleached out. I forgot about that part. I was going to get up and be moving around. So I'm going to go ahead and screen share, and we're going to watch a little video, and that is going to bring in our surprise. All right. Here we go. Hopefully we have the bandwidth for this, baby. Come on. There she is. SOAR is about rising above it all, together, with our voices, making circles and centers, making life easier. This plan came as a part of a larger divine plan for Earth that so many of us are downloading now, as we see this is a choice time, a time for women to stand in their power, find their voices, and lead. For joy, for dancing, pointless creativity, expansion, feminine vibration.
Pero tú no lo sabías que yo te quería, penetrante y embustera, como la arena del mar. Cuando llegará el día, te quieren un poco más, un poco más. Pero tú no lo sabías que yo te quería, penetrante y embustera, como la arena del mar. Cuando llegará el día, te quieren un poco más, un poco más. Sabía que yo te quería, tú no Fancy and free you go down to the ocean with your symphony. And the waves on the water were your biggest fans. And David is a little boy, you'd stand there, your arms out in full command. You learn. I wanna laugh, and I wanna cry, and I wanna fly with you where the eagles fly. 'Cause when you were young, fancy and free, you'd go down to the ocean with your symphony. And the waves on the water were your biggest fans. And as a little child, you'd stand there, your arms out in full command. And we learned how to walk, learn how to crawl. We learn how to stand and we learn how to fall. Learn how to walk, learn how to crawl. We learn how to stand up, standing tall. Every day we're walking on sacred ground. I wanna laugh, and I wanna cry, and I wanna escort you to heaven's gate. I wanna try. We're learning how to walk on sacred ground. All the time I thought that I was lost, we learn how to walk, learn how to crawl. We learn how to stand and we learn how to fall. Learn how to walk, learn how to crawl. We learn how to stand up, standing tall. Every day we're walking on sacred ground. Look around you, don't you know? We're walking on sacred ground. I wanna laugh, and I wanna sing. I wanna sing, I wanna laugh, I wanna love.
You want me to get rid of that? Yeah.
Thank you, Kimberly.
You're welcome. Much love to
Yeah.
everyone.
Yes, that's one of my favorite songs. It's the SOAR song. How are you doing there in Nevada City on your property there?
I'm doing well, going through all kinds of changes, as many of us are. Excited though, getting ready to either do a tiny house or a second cottage on my little half acre here so I can make more room for more women.
Oh
And
my.
yeah, it's just been an interesting time, but it's really nice to be here with all of you
Turn the
today
keyboard on.
and to learn more about bringing circles together, because I really feel the calling for that. So thank you for having me here today, Jan. Much love to you.
Kimberly, I'm so glad that you said yes. It meant a lot to me that you came today. Okay, so we're going to try to get a gallery view here because, oh my goodness, look. Hello, everybody. Well, what a gorgeous, hi, Sue, Christy, Paula. Oh my goodness, there we are. It's just amazing. Marla, hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. And Lynn Sagan. Hello, my dear. Thank you for being, everybody give a shout out to Lynn. She is our tech genie. And there's a certain part of my nervous system that just settles when she's here. Thank you, Lynn, for saying yes. I know she left another event. Elise is here. Chris Steins is here. Wow. Deborah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, the next guest I'd like to introduce has taken art to a high form of complete service
We hit
to
Marie.
children. Excuse me? And just in service actually in the eyes of the divine feminine. She's written a musical about Mary Magdalene. She works at her church. She paints fabulous intentional creativity paintings. And she is a leader, and she's busier than ever on Zoom. This woman doesn't get tired, and she constantly is recreating herself. And I hope she says a little bit about her newest musical, which is so timely for what has happened. Please welcome the one and only fabulous Katie Ketchum. Hi, Katie.
Hi. I just got to get my special little microphone in.
Oh, Katie, you go ahead and
Thank
do
you,
that.
Jan.
Oh, you know what?
It's amazing to be here with all of you. This is fantastic. And Jan had asked me to share my creative process, and I've never really thought about it, but I have put it together. And the first thing that I notice in my life, I take special note of what excites me. And so I'm going to ask you that. What excites you? And usually, I don't know about you, but I'll just kind of poo-poo that. I'll just go, oh, yeah, big deal. But what I actually do is cultivate that. I cultivate what excites me, and then I embody it. And whether it's a subject or a character like Mary Magdalene or Mary Cassatt, I become that entity, that person. And the third thing is that I express from that place of embodiment. So it might be in a painting, it might be a song, it might be a play. It probably won't be a dance. I'm not really comfortable dancing, but for some of you, it may be a dance. So I'm going to give you an example. I was really excited about Mary Magdalene. And so that was the first step. And I was really wondering what she would say to Pope Gregory, because Pope Gregory called her a prostitute. And in the Bible, actually, in that verse, her name isn't there. She is not officially a prostitute. So then I embodied her, and I became her and started talking to Pope Gregory, and this is what she had to say to him. I'm not comfortable in this position. For 1400 years you kept me down. You threw away all my gospels. Why did you take away my crown? How can you call it Christianity? Leaving out Christ's main amour. I want my place back, right by his side. This isn't working anymore. 2000 years of slaughter in the name of Jesus Christ. This was not the game plan. You can take it from his wife. Pope Gregory, you were a saint. Gave all your money to the poor in that sermon so long ago. Why did you say I was a whore? 2,000 years of women in Christianity, treated like a doormat because of what you said about me. I'll forgive you like I was taught to, but I want something in return. In the future, I'm an equal. Burn, baby, burn. So, excites, embody, express. And this year, I published my first book with Jan Aldridge Clanton called Her Say, Songs of Healing and Empowerment. And it was a very similar process. And this is a little bit of a song that I wrote the melody. I embodied what I would say grief, actually. And Jan, who's an amazing lyricist, Jan Aldridge Clanton, she is a foremost feminine lyricist writer. She wrote these prophetic words for 60 songs of ours. And here's just a little bit of this chant. She shares our tears, sorrows, and fears. Our mother always is near. She hears our cries, our mournful sighs. Her comfort always is near. She feels our pain, eases our strain. Her comfort always remains. And then Pastor Stacy at her church, she asked me to write a song for communion. And that excited me because I thought, what would I want to see at that table? What would I want to feel at that table? And this is what happened. This is what came out. And I hate to say this, but I don't really edit much. I mean, it just comes out because I'm fully focused on the embodiment. So here we go. I felt her arms at the table of love. I felt her arms at the table of love. I felt her arms at the table of love. Ooh, at the table of love. I saw her light at the table of love. I saw her light at the table of love. I saw her light at the table of love. Ooh, at the table of love. What else did I see at that table? I heard her voice at the table of love. I heard her voice at the table of love. I heard her voice at the table of love. Ooh, at the table of love. And then I noticed that I started to get excited about steampunk costumes. And I tried to let that one go, but it wouldn't go away. So I ended up writing a musical about a woman named Mad Hattie who saves the world. She comes from the future and she tells everyone how she survived the apocalypse. And I wrote some more verses to this song that go with this, my new musical. They saved my life at the table of love. I saved my life at the table of love. They saved my life at the table of love. Ooh, at the table of love. They took me in They took me in, just like the SOAR people, at the table of love. They took me in, at the table of love. They took me in, at the table of love. Ooh, at the table of love. I saw the light at the table of love. You're welcome to dance. I saw the light at the table of love. I saw the light at the table of love. Ooh, at the table of love. Ooh, at the table of love. Ooh, at the table of love. So ask yourself, what excites you? Embrace that, embody it, become it, and then express it through whatever medium comes out: writing, painting, dancing, songwriting, singing, whatever comes out. And I'm going to put in the chat where you can get our book and anything else. And I'm in between websites, so you can get a hold of me personally. I'll put my email in there. But I am just so excited about the work that you're doing, Jan, with SOAR and empowering women. That's just a wonderful thing. Thank you so much, and go at it. Let it out. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. You're such a powerhouse. You should see the comments. Love your spirit, your energy, the costumes. And thank you for going over all the things I forgot to say in your carefully written bio, but I noticed you got them all in. And any of the panelists, go ahead and when you finish talking, go ahead and put in your connection. This is about connections. Or if you see someone else, when they talk a little bit about themselves towards the end, say, I'd like to get to know them. And you can actually go in and on the chat, you can press a little arrow next to everyone and you can send a private message to someone else. Hey, where do you live? I recognize you or something. So take the time to do that. Okay. Katie Ketchum said something that is quite shocking, but is always felt true to me, that Christ and Magdalene were married. And guess who the new carrier of the frequency is? The adult woman. That's why I wore purple today, I have to admit it. But it's us. And it might just be a story. But humans need stories to say, I need to carry on the message of benevolent Buddhas and Christ. I need to embody that. So thank you, Katie. You're so fabulous. Our next guest today embodies the divine feminine in her movement, in her voice, and in her teachings. Lisa is a spiritual guide and contemporary mystic, working with individuals and groups to accelerate the awakening and expression of their divine essence and purpose. Do you see why she's here today? She has a global practice in meditation and energy medicine based in Santa Cruz, California. Learn more about Lisa's work at universalsoulspa.com. Now, what she didn't say, she just doesn't work just on humans. She works on everything. She works on bringing truth to the world. She brings on pulling back the curtain so we can get on with it in greater high vibrational ways. I could talk about Lisa forever. So go ahead, unmute yourself and spotlight. And thank you, Lisa, for being here. Hi, Lisa.
Hi. Wow. I love Katie and Kimberly just so much, I immediately felt so much joy, like the minute you started talking, Katie. And it's a delight to be here with everyone. And thank you, Jan, because I realize as soon as you start speaking that your authenticity and inclusiveness and warmth and joy immediately makes me feel comfortable, and I think everyone. I love how you teach us all how to create these containers in this very beautiful and welcoming way. So more and more of this, yeah, is I think what the world's needing. And I'm really honored that you asked me to share something. You know, I'm sure everyone here could give a very beautiful presentation, because I know that this is packed with healers and artists and teachers and musicians and singers and poets. So I, you know, when Jen asked me, I was very honored, and I asked, well, what could I offer that could maybe be helpful at this time? And what came in was just to share what's helping me right now, like in this extraordinary time we're in. And as everything is kind of falling apart around us, I'm finding an anchor that I keep coming back to, and that's getting stronger and stronger actually in this time. And that anchor is aligning more powerfully than I ever have with my original essence and syncing up to it over and over and over. And because, and I think Jan, you referenced, you know, so much falling away and this revealing of just the preciousness of what's left, what's essential, you know, happening. I find that in that moment of what's essential is this incredible, extraordinary opportunity to harness that and to set an intention to really harness the energy of this time, to refine down to our essence and the gold of our essence, like you were describing, Katie, you know, that which lights us up and we just can't help but express it, and letting everything else fall away. And so I was just going to share a short, because I know I don't have a lot of time, little guided meditation. I usually do this in about 25 minutes, but I was going to break it down really short, maybe like 7, if that's okay, Jan, just to guide us in that. And so it'll be a little shift in energy from where we've been, but just for you to get a taste of that. And maybe if you'd like, really set an intention to create a stronger template for yourself to sync up to your human self with your original essence at source before you incarnated, and align all that so it's almost easier access for you here right now for guidance, to discern truth, and to really be in purpose, on purpose. So I'm just going to guide us in that. If you want to close your eyes, everyone's video's off, so we'll assume that you're there and your eyes are closed. And just settle into your body. And let's just breathe to relax just for a minute. Take a slow inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth. And another slow inhale through your nose. And just relaxing exhale, breathing out any tension. Just kind of settling for a minute. Settling your body, settling your thoughts. And take another slow inhale. And exhale. And focus on the center of your heart. and ask to quiet your nervous system and your body and your thoughts, to create a sacred space around you that's filled with only your pure essence and nothing else. And take a slow inhale and exhale. And begin to imagine that an energy begins pouring out of your heart. See, feel, imagine a pink energy that is your pure spirit, your pure energy and essence, begins to flow out of your heart and fill up your energy field all around you. And your breath accelerates it. As you take another slow inhale and exhale. And let this beautiful light of your spirit fill up that space 6 feet all around you. And you can ask to really feel and experience this truth of who you are more powerfully, more integrated than ever before. And take another slow inhale and exhale. And begin to feel or imagine that from your heart, there is a beam of light that goes straight to the center of the universe. And you don't have to worry if you see it or feel it. Just intend for that to be a beautiful beam of light that if you follow it, it takes you up through the earth plane, the earth grid, through the galaxy, into the center of the universe at source, or you can just say the center of the universe. And it plugs into your original being right there before you came in this body, this incarnation. And that you, that consciousness of you right there, pure, sovereign, clear, begins to flow down through this beam in a gold light, an energy and a consciousness that is your pure being. And this flows down, same pathway, through the galaxy, through the earth plane, into your heart. And just begin to feel and imagine this gold and also pink light that is you, but more of you, holds all the information about who you are and why you're here, flows into your heart in golds and pinks, fills your heart and your chest, fills every cell of your heart and chest, flows down your shoulders, pulses through your arms, flows down into your solar plexus, down into your stomach, hips, letting it fill up your bones and your tissue, reinform your body, Flows down into your thighs, your knees, shins, calves, and feet. And up into your throat to align your voice with your pure, authentic self. Flows into your head, all around your head. Golden pink, pure you. Unedited, unprogrammed, fresh, clear, vibrant, authentic. And take a slow inhale and exhale. And just feel that integrating through your body, your cells, your being. Every cell. All you. And you can set the intention for this to continue deepening and integrating through your whole being. And focus on your heart. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back to the space.
Let's just take a moment to let that sink in. Lisa Young, thank you.
Thank you.
That refined, subtle energy. Imagine that your heart is reaching a new set point and it's deciding to hold that energy. Let's take a deep breath. And I know you've all been sitting for an hour now. So just go ahead and move your shoulders. And if you need to stand up, don't go very far though, because Linda Albright is next. And Linda is going to talk about, so if we're holding this energetic field that we're talking about, and Lisa just took us in so powerfully, it is difficult to go out and reference ourselves and to be in regular settings. Of course, when we do our teaching and our healing work and artwork, we of course do. But the idea is, how can we live in sacred, sane communities in the future? And so I just happened to come along the new life model, it's called. I hope that's correct. I'll read this. And there was Linda's face. And I said, she's one of us. I can always tell. It's in the eyes, in the voice. And so I popped in and said, hi, I want to come to your happy hour and meet you all. And then my partner and Linda's partner, husband, Michael, is an architect. And they're building what I've always envisioned with other women looking in, small, affordable, sane domiciles, homes where there's the things that you share. In other words, we're not all living in big houses and recreating the will and to have all these expenditures and maintenance. So Linda, this is her bio, it's really fun. She's fun. Linda's pre-pandemic bio reads like this. She's an Ivy League educated mom who launched several companies, ranging from a chimney sweep business to an investorfunded.com. See, it's hard for me to even wrap around left brain stuff. Investorfunded.com. Before running her own multi-six-figure coaching practice, helping women entrepreneurs make more money. Yeah, we need that, Linda. Linda's pandemic bio reads like this. The global sky is falling. Everything we've known is crumbling, and so Linda and her partner now lead hungry souls through the dark with their new life model teachings and their tiny home for grown-ups movement. That is the website, Tiny Homes for Grown-ups. It's very cool. They literally build small homes in micro-villages where individuals thrive in self-reliant, sustainable communities. They live and work in a large boat shed on the coast of Maine. So please welcome Linda Albright. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you. Whew, this is a tough time to be. I'm all in the yin space. Like you said, I'm just in the yin space. But let me snap into my my yang a little bit. Get the energy going. Peace and blessings to all of you. What's that?
Oh, we could dance a little. Just lead us in dance.
Yes. Okay. So my fellow speakers have touched so articulately on where we're at, and you all know this. Katie talked about apocalypse, and I hadn't used that word yet. It is a freaking apocalypse. We don't have to be scared because we all know that the great change is coming. We've known it was going to be coming, and it's here. And so, but Katie, thank you for really putting it in the right terms. And Lisa, you said, really we want to have things fall away and focus on the essential. And focus on the essential. And so our whole idea of a new life model focuses on the essential, what matters, and how it provides a roadmap. I'm going to talk a little bit about the roadmap. Like, we know there's a better world out there. We know the one that we're in is not working, but how do we get from point A to point B? And you know this. Everywhere you look, there's strife. In my home right now, I have a daughter who's in tears, a 21-year-old daughter who's in tears because she's getting ready to go back to college, her third year, junior year in college. And she looked at the announcement about what she's going to be put through with the COVID testing and the isolation and the contact tracing and the testing up her nose once a week. And it's unbelievable that we've gotten to this point as a country. And I'm not faulting, I'm not being political at all. It's just like, wow. And she's in tears. She said, I didn't sign up for this. It's like Big Brother is in charge. And where is the next horizon? Where does this all go? Where does it end? And so that's what we want to do is piece together a roadmap for a new life that's aching to come through. And so let me just talk about a couple of the steps that we like to encourage people to take to building anew. The first one, and if you could in the chat room, if you could tell me if you know about or if you know your own human design or your gene keys, because inside each and every one of you is a hidden code. It's an imprint that you arrived with when you incarnated on this planet, and knowing it is your ticket to freedom. Knowing it, studying it, letting it lead you will help you out of this dark phase into your next light. So pop in the chat, I don't know if it's working. If you know your design, pop it in there. If you've never heard of this, raise your hand, and I just want to get a sense so that I don't, okay, so it looks like a lot of you are new to this. All I want to say is look it up. There are different websites. You can Google human design, the gene keys, start your inner journey. Because here's what happens. If you don't know who you are, then you spend your entire life, and I'm 55, so I probably spent up till age like 48, following someone else's rules, following someone else's pathway, believing what other people told me was the right way for me, which isn't the right way for me. It might be the right way for them. And so knowing your design is your inner blueprint, is your roadmap. Knowing your design is also about emptying out and deconditioning all of the patterns, habits, ways of being that we just adopt without any warning at all. And so And so it's a beautiful journey, an absolutely beautiful journey of unfurlment and unfoldment. And you need this now more than ever. All structures that we have hitched our wagons to are crumbling. You know this. And what's going to take its place? So we know educational systems are crumbling, financial systems. Okay, the stock market in the US is fine, but that's not going to last. Are crumbling. Healthcare needs to be upended. Business is upending. And so how do you find your way through? Know your design, follow your design. We have a Facebook group right now called the New Life Model Facebook group. I'll post the link in here. Thank you, Christy. I saw you give it a wave. And we're talking about these steps because we want to take you by the hand and help you through. We're going to be migrating off of Facebook into a small village, an online village, and I'll talk about the offline villages in a minute. But an online village for us to gather like a SOAR and help each other through. I'm going to talk about 2 more points and then I'll talk about the offline village. The next thing you want to do as you find the light in this very dark time is manage your mind. Manage your mind. This next incarnation evolution that we're ushering in and inviting in, allowing to guide us is not a mind-driven one. It is and it's not even a heart-centered one. We know we want our heart involved. We know we want our mind involved, but it is the solar plexus time. It is a time for your gut, your instinct, your intuition to guide you. This is the yin, this is the feminine, hallelujah, hallelujah, amen, yes? We want to follow our hearts, follow our intuition, check in with our heads. But what happens, especially as women, is we let our minds just run the show. It's the tyranny of the mind. So I heard one of the best things I have ever heard, and like you, I've heard a lot, which is when you feel something, don't think, just feel it, process it, learn techniques to process it, whether it's like that beautiful meditation Lisa did, or dance it out and sing it out, you know, like Katie and Kimberly did, whatever it is, or swamp it out if you've got, that's a Mama Gina term, if you've got some really tough stuff, get it moving, get it flowing, but don't grab it with your head and make a story about it, because then you are trapped and then you can't move forward. And the final thing I want to say about this sort of inner game work, and then I'll talk about offline, is so you want to know your design, you want to follow your design, you want to manage the mind, the monkey mind, because it has nothing good to offer. We've created a wonderful world with our minds up until this point, but where we're going as a society is not going to be fixed in our minds. It's not going to be created by thought. Just look at the political scene. There's a lot of talking heads out there, and there are not a whole lot of solutions happening. And so that's because it's got to come from this higher place, this deeper place that you all have access to. You can feel it. This is like the juiciest group. I was like, wow, I gotta actually talk. I'm not just soaking all this in. So, and the third thing is to declutter. As Lisa said, falling away, the essential. And decluttering means not just mind, not just energy, not just distractions, not just beliefs and patterns, which are all important to declutter, but literally decluttering your life. And I don't just mean clean out the closet or clean out the car. Yes, do those too. But get clear on what actually matters to have. Because as you know, we've got this insane materialistic culture, and we just want to be conscious. And I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but look at the objects in your life. Look at where you're living and choose and re-choose or unchoose what's around you. So Michael and I have we put our money where our mouth is, for better, for worse. I don't know. Right now I'm not on the coast of Maine, but I would normally be in a boat shed on the coast of Maine, because we bought this property to launch the microvillage idea, which is sustainable eco-housing, where you build communities, where you help each other. It's cross-generational, so we don't farm out our elderly. We bring in the young. It's cross-purpose. You have a strength in gardening. I have a strength in business. He has a strength in medicine, and we just care for each other and for the world. And if we want to close the gates because the world has gotten crazy, we can close the gates and be insular for a while if we need to. But mostly we want to raise the gates and have cross-pollination with each other and with other villages. And so part of this is the tiny home movement. Now we don't, I personally at 55, I'm not interested in living in 90 square feet on wheels, which is what the classic tiny home is. But I also don't need a 6,000 square foot home that I had when I was raising my 3 kids and had my father living with us as well. And so my whole point is consciousness of what's the best next living situation for you. It's not for me to decide. You have to know who you are, what you're doing, and where you want to be, and then you craft from there. So our villages are just to be get cleared up, it's 1,000 square feet or less of beautiful, elegant, eco-friendly, sustainable homes. So to kind of wrap all that up, we've got the concept of the new life model in the sky. It's sort of the inner worlds, the virtual villages, and we have the new life model, actually brick and mortar homes and villages in the coast of Maine. So I just invite you to just do 2 things. Get to know who you are, get to know your inner design, let that lead, and then just get conscious about what you want to build next. And do not look anyone in the outside to actually tell you or guide you. Because they don't know, you know, we know. And so shine that brilliance. Okay, so yeah, there we go.
Thank you, Linda. Those are very grounded, practical things. And I wanted to just comment that the human design is very important, especially if you're a projector. It teaches you the strategy of how to approach your projects in life and people so that you're successful. And Linda is a very good human design expert. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
And I'm beside myself with excitement because you're the bridge, Linda, to our next gathering, which is August 26th at 2. And Sahar Nafal, who just arrived in the Zoom. Hi, Lynn, can you give us a gallery view and I'll keep talking? We will be talking about forms, templates, and easy ways to accomplish some of these shifts in your life with the support of each other for creating these new environments. Sahar and I have had a lot of talks recently about women renting a large home and having bedrooms, but there needs to be structure. In the old days, we did live together. Hey, Sahar. Hey there, sister. You want to just say hi real quick? I'm going to ask you to unmute.
There we go.
I'm going to spotlight you.
Here we go.
We'll be sharing the home on the 26th. Hi, Sahar.
Yes, yes, you will. And I'm so happy to be here. And I love you and I love my sister Linda. This has been such a beautiful conversation. I know I just tuned in here because I had a back-to-back day. But yes, next time on the 26th, get prepared and be ready to learn how to unite in community as women and come together in community in order for us to thrive and get to that next level where we want to be, inside and outside, ladies. It's going to be a fabulous conversation. Thank you for facilitating this, and thank you so much for including me, my dear sister Jan.
Thanks for popping in, Sahar. And you know, I want to say that these aren't just relationships of business. We call each other when we need support and help, don't we, Sahar? And she called me one day and I talked her out of the tree limb and I said, well, so-and-so just talked me out of the tree limb. So we're growing together. And I like to say we're glowing and growing together. So at this point, Lynn, if you could give us a gallery view, we have, let's see, is it 20? We have about 14 minutes left. And so those of you that would like to have a little share, and keep it short. This is my name. This is where I live. This is what I'm doing now. And this is what I need. We'll get more people in if we just really percolate along. So I'm going to have our tech person handle this section. So go ahead and Lynn, I'll have you take over and give him instructions.
Great. So thanks, Jan, and everybody, it's been fabulous. So if you want to share, you can unmute yourself and turn on your video, or you can raise your hand from the participants window, and then I will call on you. And Christy Michaels, you want to go first?
Yeah, if I can get on video. Jan has turned off my video. I think somebody
Yeah,
has.
that was me.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, whoever wants to turn your video, go ahead too.
So can
Did you
turn
do
on. It's not turning on.
Well, there I am.
Oh, okay.
Did it turn on now?
All right, there. Yay.
Okay.
Oh, great. Thank you, Jan. And oh, what a delight this has been. It's just so much joy, and I'm so grateful. So thank you for doing that. And Jan and I are involved with a number of other women on August 22nd, which is the high holy day when Mother Mary was crowned Queen of Heavens.
Oh.
And we have been having so much fun bringing forth the messages of the Divine Feminine, and our programs, which are up on the Love Coach Academy Facebook Live, have just getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of views. So now we've been elevated up to the Global Peace Tribe. This is called Saturday Night Alive for Global Peace Tribe, and it's a wonderful humanitarian group of people, very inclusive, bringing Indigenous people as well as new thought leaders and you know, all over the globe, and they help to raise money for nonprofits, and the nonprofits are really the in the trenches kind of, you know, like the single mom who's taken her small savings and helping to feed the people in her neighborhood, you know, kind of like really grassroots kind of nonprofits, or the medicine people that are bringing their medicine healing to the streets, to the homeless people, and providing healing and medicines to the homeless people in their campsites. And so we're doing the Give Back to Community Zambia organization, because deaf women have no voice on a platform like this. They can't be heard, they can't list, they can't hear. Somebody has to interpret. So I produced a video to have the deaf women have a voice. And these are women who are empowering other women in the deaf communities of really marginalized, high poverty areas. These women are just so unbelievably abused because of their deafness. They're not only just generally ostracized, but they are, you know, but they are also being ostracized by just the people being able to take advantage of them. So anyway, I am so happy to be able to help fund the program for empowering deaf girls. And so we'll be telling their stories, and Yufi is our deaf gal who is here now in America because somebody helped her to get a scholarship so she can learn business skills. And so she's going to be telling her story. And Jan's going to be doing her magic with crowning the crown, so that we can, as women, stand in our sovereign state of being, you know, evolved, heart-centered, empowered, have our voice, have our way to organize and change this world for the better. So thank you, Jan, so much. I appreciate it.
You are welcome. And Christy, as always, inspiration to see you and hear your words. And I just love this, claim your crown.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
let's see who else would like to share. And go ahead and write in the chat, and Lynn will
We've got,
bring you in, ask
Charlotte
you to
Ford.
unmute. So go right ahead, and or if you have a question.
Am I unmuted?
Charlotte, you're ready to go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. It's really fun to be here and see you, Jan, and see Christy and hear about all that is going on. Oh my God. I have somehow found myself involved with 2 nonprofits in Africa. Hello, ladies. What is going on? So here in the States, we're crossing those old redlining boundaries, and globally, we are crossing. So it's just sort of mind-blowing to hear that from you, and so fun to hear that our host at large or the featured speaker is into human design. I'm a projector, martyr, and heretic, so
Exactly. Exactly.
all I need to say. I'll see you next time. I'll let somebody else talk. But also on my Facebook tonight, I'm trying something which is a live stream video of a few poets in the park gathering. And we are honoring a poet, dancer, artist who just passed recently, Jewel Matheson. And so we'll see how it goes. How does this live streaming, an opportunity to honor a person, go in the time of COVID? I don't know yet, but you can look on my Facebook page if you want. We'll see. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte. You're just a muse, M-U-S-E, always in the right place, saying the right things. And I had so much fun sharing fun with you and Fairfax. I don't know, we just have just a minute more. Yeah, we're running a little low bandwidth in some parts. So Lynn, I'm wondering if I'm gonna lead a little last closing song because we do want to be done by 3:30. First I'll do a little screen share, and then Lynn, if we can, after the screen share, I'm learning screen share takes bandwidth. After the screen share, let's see if we could get everybody's picture up again. I'm sharing this picture because it's so significant. The times that I traveled to France, where my great-grandmother Sarah, which is Mary Magdalene's daughter's name, by the way, said there's something hidden in France. There's something hidden in France that you hid a long time ago, and you're to rectify, bring it up, or find it. And I was singing a concert in an underground cave and walked around, and this was a limestone washing on the cave. And I was stunned, and the owner felt that we had a saint vision. And I brought it home, and we're better together. I thought it was Mother Mary in front, but guess what? That is Mary Magdalene, and that is her lineage, her daughter Sarah, with a mask on, muted. And Spirit said to me, your job, again, it's the story, is to finish the work with the women that Christ began on this planet. And this Sarah is the metaphor, and she has had a mask over her face, and that when you come together with the women, you take it off. Now it's interesting. I said we are bridges from the old paradigm to the new paradigm, and this has even more meaning that we are now physically muted. I'm a public health nurse. I don't want to get anybody the virus. I wear a mask, but I think it's showing us the allegory that this is the time that we must speak up. We must say the truth. We must say the emperor's wearing no clothes. We must say this isn't right. You can't do it. We must be the mothers who walk into a house where all the children are misbehaving with our presence, our look, and our voice to say, not on my shift. That's what I used to say as a nurse, not on my shift, and hold and anchor a better, higher way. And just your presence, the vibration of it will allow that to happen. So I wanted to share that because it reminds me of what I need to do and how I need to do it. I love sacred ceremony in person, and you saw all the pictures, videos of the dear women that we've worked with over the years, and not just me, I mean, everybody, all of us together. So we have 2 minutes. So I thought we would finish with a simple song. And I'm wondering, Lynn, can you do, let's do a gallery view so everybody can be here together and see each other, okay? Does everybody have a gallery view? Raise your hand if you can see everybody. This is just
Yeah,
so,
we're all on gallery view.
it's so easy, beautiful. Okay. This again is a call and response. So I sing a line and then you sing it back. I'll do a low key for you. May you have peace. May you have peace. May you have joy. May you have joy. May you have love. Katie, unmute yourself. May you have love all through your days. Martha, unmute yourself. All through your days. Elise, unmute yourself. May you have grace. May you
have grace.
May you have hope. May
you have hope.
May you have strength. May you have strength. Last line. Along your way.
On your way.
Were you playing the violin with us?
This is the viola.
Oh, beautiful. That's my sister, Martha. Martha Music. My
Martha.
young sister. That's my beautiful sister, Martha.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. I don't know how to say goodbye, so I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm going to say, let's hold. Oh, Laurel is here. Stacy, Lenora. Oh my goodness. And someone even came in their car. That's dedication. So again, in Marla. Marla will be opening with an invocation on August 26th. She is a modern root woman and just amazing. So that's going to ground. Let's hear it for the panelists, Lisa, Katie, Kimberly, and Linda. And our tech guru, Lynn.
Yay.
I know that what we set out to do today is to weave a container of connectivity and raise our vibrations together and have more hope and keep being that bridge from the old to the new paradigm. So thank you, and we'll see you soon. Facebook, I'll be doing, Sahar's been just going to town on Facebook Live. I'm nervous about that for some reason because you're fully exposed, but I say I've got to take the veil off. We all have to get in our not so comfortable zone to get to our core and to speak that voice. Thank you, everybody. Just so wonderful to see you all. All right. So we're going to end the meeting.
Thank you, Jan.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jan.
See you all soon. Much love.
Lovely
Thank you,
to
Jan.
see everybody.
Bye,
Good.
everybody.
Good. See you in 2 weeks.
All
Much
right,
love.
everybody. Thank
Bye.
Go SOAR.
Bye.
Go SOAR.
Go SOAR. Yay. Better together. Better together.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Go, sir. Bye. Thank you.
Wow.